being picky with your time, because your time is important. And so many people just spend their time, they don't even know where they're spending their time on. They just go day to day, living day to day, which on one scale isn't a bad thing. But if you don't know what you're working towards, if you don't know what you're putting in your time in and for what reason you're putting in your time in, then I feel like there's a problem. And obviously it's easier to live in like a state of like whatever, it is what it is, like whatever happens, having this fatalistic attitude. But if you're spending so much time on social media, if you're spending so much time with your friends 24/7, and on one hand, your social setting and being in an environment where you can talk to people, interact, it's extremely important for happiness levels and all of that. I'm not saying you shouldn't do that, but spending 24/7 and not learning, there's a difference between being lonely and there's a difference between learning to be independent and having the choice to be alone. You making that choice willingly to be like, okay, I need to spend some time with myself, I need to think about shit. But we don't like doing this, and it's hard because obviously we like to distract ourselves in certain things and spend our time elsewhere. But let me ask you, how many of the actions you do every single day, how much are they? How many of them are worthwhile? How many of them are getting you somewhere? How many of them are persisting you and moving you forward into the direction you want to live your life in? Do you even have a desired outcome that you want your life to be like, and realistically speaking? So if you don't know what you're spending your time at, if you don't know what you're working towards, if you're constantly distracting yourself in some shape or form, pick up the camera, pick up a book, and just write or speak or verbalize with yourself about everything. And it's gonna be hard because you're gonna face these new feelings, these new realizations about yourself that you don't even know. But this is the first step, is acknowledging where you are right now, acknowledging the fact that you don't know what you're doing with your day. Days are just passing by. You're not thinking what's going on. They're just going. And you look back in like a week, you look back in a month, a year, and you're like, what have I done? What have I accomplished? And most of the time, it's nothing. So pick it up and track your day. Write down every single actions, every single day you do for like 3 days straight, just to get an idea of what you're spending your time in. And once you get that idea, then you can start going from there. You can start making goals for yourself. And my mindset is you should go to bed knowing that you made a step forward in some shape or form in your life. You took a step forward in some kind of way in your life. And once you start doing that, these little victories, they start compounding over each other. I definitely recommend you read Atomic Habits about breaking habits and building new habits. But basically, to summarize, the way you can build positive habits is by making it as easy as possible it is for you to sustain them. So if you want to start going to the gym, lay out your clothes in front of you the day before, and make it like right in front of you when you wake up, and then you're going to be more incentivized to go change and go to the gym. You can apply the rules of Atomic Habits to anything in your life. But first of all, acknowledge. A lot of the times we don't like acknowledging ourselves because it's hard, and obviously it's a cliche phrase, but it's obviously easier to live in denial and live in ignorance, because what a cheesy quote, but ignorance is bliss. So acknowledge where you're lacking, acknowledge your defects, acknowledge what you need to improve on, acknowledge your own things, because most of the time we are the problem. And the reason we're not moving forward, it's not because we're not getting opportunities from other things, it's because we don't seek out opportunities, it's because we don't push ourselves, it's because we don't know what we're working towards. So acknowledge who you are and what your traits are and what you're working towards and what you're doing, and go from there. How many of your actions are worthwhile? I'm gonna end it on this note. And how much of the things you do every single day are actually meaningful? So, short video today, but I just wanted to send this message out there, and hopefully if you have any questions, do comment down below.